amid the tariff threats that are coming in from the United States of America, Prime Minister Modi and President Donald Trump's meet is now on the cards. Sources have told India Today Prime Minister Modi will be meeting Donald Trump in the United States next month. Sources have also said Prime Minister Modi will be traveling to the US for the UN General Assembly meeting that will take place in September. Prime Minister Modi may hold a bilateral conversation with the US President Donald Trump. According to sources, Prime Minister Modi may be meeting US President Donald Trump next month. Prime Minister Modi is likely to visit the United States of America next month, maybe going to New York at the end of the month for the United Nations General Assembly session. The program of the visit at the moment is being finalized. Now, this visit is considered extremely important given the fact that the United States has imposed a 50% tariff on Indian goods. Discussions are going on between India and the United States regarding the bilateral trade agreement. My colleague Pranay Upadhyay is now joining me on the story. Pranay, if this happens, because this is what we are understanding at the moment, sources have told India Today that on the cards, a likely meeting, a bilateral between Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the US President Donald Trump. Given the kind of tariffs that have been imposed on India, 50%, this will be a very crucial meeting.
Absolutely, Aishwarya, and this will be very crucial meeting in terms of ironing out the differences between India and United States. Though Prime Minister Narendra Modi is likely to visit New York for the United Nations General Assembly, but you would recall that in 2019 as well, when Prime Minister Modi traveled to New York, he had a meeting with President Donald Trump on the sidelines of the UN General Assembly, and in the UN building itself, both the leaders met and exchanged their views. Similarly, this time as well, the preparations are on, but a lot have to be done before the both leaders meet, because India and US have to work out the mechanism with which they can find out a solution of this tariff impasse. And for that, the US team is likely to visit India for the 6th round of trade negotiation. As far as the Indian side is concerned, Indian side remain prepared to engage and to receive the US team. And how solution can be found out as far as the trade negotiations are concerned. Also, such differences can only be ironed out at the level of the political leadership, because ultimately the leaders have, and their political chemistry help to sort out the issues, because the way things spiraled out and the way US President Donald Trump has put additional tariff, 50%, total 50% tariffs on India, it actually hurts the India's business interests in the competitiveness of Indian products in US market, and definitely India doesn't want to lose the advantage it has in terms of the exports, in terms of the US market access. And that's why it is very likely that Prime Minister, if he travels to United Nations to New York for the United Nations General Assembly meeting, he is likely to engage with the US President Donald Trump as well. We do not know as yet, that because of the work schedule or the travel schedule is still being worked out, and as I said, that many things need to fall in place before this big visit.
Pranay, you also rightly pointed out everyone is very keenly looking at the delegation which will be coming from the United States of America to India. From what we understand, maybe on the 25th of August, we will see the team in the national capital. And then once again, we will see the Indian diplomats sitting it out and making sure that they're able to iron out all the differences that at the moment are cropping between US and India.
Exactly. As far as the Indian side is concerned, we have spelled out certain red lines. We know we have told the US side about the compulsions which we have as far as the trade negotiations are concerned, but India remain engaged, and that's why that is the India's commitment, Aishwarya, that we have already concluded the 5 rounds of negotiation with the US side, and India was had an early movers advantage, because India was one of the countries which started the trade negotiations with the Trump administration, for the very first, because if you recall that Prime Minister Modi, when he traveled in February 2025, India and United States announced the bilateral trade agreement negotiation, and thereafter both the sides remain engaged. But now Indian side is working out that what more concessions can be given, what is there can be offered to United States to iron out these differences and to work out a bilateral trade agreement. Because if the trade agreement happens, then it will override the tariff announcement of President Donald Trump.